If your sales are down, your instinct is probably sweeten the pot, raise the commission, add bonus, throw money at the problem. I'm telling you that for complex high-value banking product, that's a mistake. If you think your staff is purely coin-operated, you are building a team of mercenaries, not a team of hunters. And there is scientific reasons why it backfires. Through my consultancy experience in the banking and finance, I have seen many executives operate on coin-operated model. They believe input coin, output sales. Now you have to be clear. Cash is a powerful motivation factor for simple transactional tasks. If you want someone to stack the boxes, pay them by box. You know what I mean? However, banking is not box stacking. It's a complex, relationship-based advisory selling. When you apply a simple cash for volume model for a complex relationship-based task, you often fail. Or in the worst case, it damages the client relationship. To understand why bonuses don't create long-term growth and as well as hunters, we have to look at Friedrich Herzberg two-factor motivational theory. According to Herzberg, our workplace factors divide into two categories: hygiene factors as well as motivating factors. If you want to motivate a person, you have to remove the hygiene factors and as well as you have to increase the motivation factors. Now, hygiene factors reduce dissatisfaction. Motivating factors create satisfaction. Now, what are the hygiene factors? Things like salary, benefits, and working conditions. If these are poor, your staff will be dissatisfied and demotivated. But here is a catch. If you increase them beyond a certain point, it doesn't create motivation. It just prevents people from quitting. Now, if you think about the motivating factors, these are the factors which create intrinsic motivation. For example, recognition, achievement, personal growth. Herzberg called bonuses as kita, kick in the ass. A kick moves you forward for a moment, but it doesn't give you an internal engine. It's a movement, not a motivation. When you rely solely on volume-based commissions, you create coin-operated agents, and they follow path of least resistance. That means your staff will instinctively chase easiest product with fastest payouts, like simple consumer loans. Meanwhile, they will ignore the bank strategic needs. For example, complex B2B trade finance, long-term deposit mobilizations, because these type of things take long time to close. According to my own consultancy experience in the banking and finance, I have observed in some branches the LDR ratio is over 90%, because selling loans, selling leasings is much easier than selling deposits, and these people sell high cost of funds products. The results? You get high volume but low strategic value and potentially very high risk. Therefore, for complex selling, intrinsic motivation is superior to extrinsic rewards. Daniel Pink, in his best-selling book, he identified 3 pillars that actually drive performance in the modern workplace: autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Autonomy in the sense, the desire to be self-directed. Mastery in the sense, urge to get better at something that matters to them. Purpose in the sense, service of something larger than ourselves. And there is a very shocking research finding for you. As you know well, to sell banking and finance product, you have to have high cognitive skills. You have to have the creativity. But if you provide high financial reward for these type of people who sell high financial products, they get demotivated. Why? Because our brains shift from solving a customer problem to winning the prize. So the question is, how can we structure the incentives? I have analyzed what smart financial organizations do. You know what? They pay in social capital and career progression. Therefore, you must layer your incentives based on that. I will tell you 3 layers. First, recognition currency. Use leaderboards and allied club status. Now assume one of your hunter or star performer, he landed on a corporate account. Now if you want to create a lasting dopamine hit, you just want to celebrate this winning publicly. It is many a times better than a private bonus check. Second, skill-based progression. Tie incentives to mastery. For example, once you master the B2B protocol, you can earn a title like Senior Wealth Architect, which helps you to gain access to higher tier leads. Create short-term sprint with non-cash rewards, because healthy competition is really important for the high performance. For example, golden trophy or dinner with the CEO. This will break the monotony of the standard commission cycle. Here's the summary of this video. Money moves the hand, but recognition moves the heart. If your incentive scheme pays only for the volume, you are buying a clock's time. If you want to have a hunter spirit, you must build a system that rewards for mastery and status. See you soon.